Morning YouTube. Just wait for a few people to join over here and then we will get started. Morning. Morning Imran. Yeah, the dog's all fine, mate. All sorted out now, so yeah. It was my mum. My mum was supposed to take her, but she couldn't make it, so I had to run. Sorry about that, guys. But we're back. We are back. We have a good day today. So we can kind of see what's going on already, but we're gonna do a breakdown in a minute. No rush. Just wait for a couple people to join. Euro JPY looks like the looks like the Asian session analysis played out there. Called that one out for the group. Nice. Let's check out gold. Oh, so it looks like my gold sells would have played out after I got stopped at break even. So yeah, it is what it is. Hope everybody's having a good week. Wilkes, you coming in?
Morning, guys.
Morning. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I'm just woken up to see that I had some gold sells in the Asian session, and I got stopped out at break even, and then I can see it went exactly to my target. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, wait for a few more people to come in, and we'll do some breakdowns. Clear some of these charts over here. Oh wow, the FTSE dropped this morning on London Open.
Just seen your YouTube thing. You've got your thing all sorted out now, have you?
Yeah, well, I kind of
that looks sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd like a little background type thing. I can try and make it a bit bigger for tomorrow's stream, but I made this last night, and you can't really change it once you're in the stream. I'm pretty sure. Let me try. I'll try and make it slightly bigger.
Thing is, if you're on like a laptop or a monitor, it's fine. But obviously, if you're on a phone, it's gonna be pretty hard to see what's going on.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just tried to like have a bit of background so I can have some things in there. But I think it's big enough, to be honest. I think it's okay.
Yeah, it looks fine. I've just gone onto the YouTube to have a look.
Yeah, okay. Hello, her. Nice to have you on the stream. Okay, so I suppose if people aren't on time, we're gonna have to break down GJ over here. Okay, so looking at the daily time frame on GDP JPY, it does look like, of course, yesterday, as we were talking about from the day before, we would have needed to have broken the low of this previous daily candle. This was the 12th of October for price to continue moving down. So it did come down to this support that we was looking at. So it did come down to the support, tapped into it, and it closed bullish. So Here's the thing, it is respecting the uptrend still on the daily time frame. However, I mean, there could be a chance that, you know, this candle is just going to come down, fill this wick, and then maybe, you know, continue to push further down. Or at the same time, because of the way the daily candle closed, there's also the chance, you know, this daily candle, you know, could create some form of bottom wick and then start to drive up to retest the high, right? Because this is the high that was created. Yeah, this was the high that was created at 137.750. You know, since we've been in this uptrend, looks like this could have potentially been a liquidity grab. I'm not sure. We need to just wait and see what kind of happens here. But let's check out the smaller time frames. You know, try and get some confidence. So, I don't know if any of you guys from the group watched the market breakdown, but basically what we were saying was, you know, we were talking about the fact that we have this bullish uptrend on the 4 hour. So this was our 4 hour uptrend. You know, we can see we having these liquidity grabs, these multiple kind of areas that we kind of tapped into. And it does look like right now, you know, the 4 hour is respecting this area as a resistance. So it kind of did like a retest once it broke out of this kind of bullish market structure, and then now I think if it can hold this resistance, which I was talking about on the Asian session, then I think there's a very high chance, you know, we can continue moving down, retest this low, and then maybe make a new low, you know, around this sort of area down over here, right? So that's something we're going to look at today, but we want to see this area respected as a resistance. So, focusing in on these smaller time frames, we can see that, okay, so the 4 hour has a resistance up over here, right? 4 hour has created a resistance at 137.100, and at the same time, the 4 hour is trying to break below this support from the Asian session, right? So, 4 hours trying to come down, break below support. I think if we can see like a minor resistance formed, something along those lines, you know, we have clean counts left hand side come down to 135.900. Now let's look on the 1 hour time frame. Looking on the hour time frame, we can see that, okay, so we had a support down over here. Hourly's trying to, you know, break out of this range right now. So again, we have clean counts left hand side on the hour time frame. So I think, you know, if price is going to come down, again, minor resistance, something along those lines, to continue moving down. Let's clear everything, go through 30-minute, and really look to neaten up our zone. So we can clearly see over here on the 30-minute that maybe this is our support, right? Because this moved down, it got corrected in the Asian session. It respected this area as a support. We've respected this area again as a support from the London Open. And right now, this candle's coming down. So I think, you know, if we can create some form of resistance, I think there's a very high chance that we can continue moving down to at least 136.500, 510, right? And then if we can break below this support, we see we have clean candles to the left hand side again. You know, obviously ultimate target would be down over here at 135.700, right? But, you know, we could potentially find some areas of issue, maybe on the 15-minute. So, okay, so there's a couple areas over here, so we're not going to focus on that too much. But I think overall, you know, maybe down over here, because this was the point at which price went pretty bullish. So we could look at this area as a possible target for sells as well. I am favoring sells right now. Let's look at the 15-minute, check out what the 15 minutes doing. So 15-minute created like a minor support. I think if we get a 15-minute candle maybe come and engulf this support, I think again there's a very high chance we can continue moving down. Looking at the 30-minute, we may want to wait for this 30-minute candle to close. It's going to be maybe the safer play, and then we can look for some sells to continue moving down. So let's measure this range over here. This range is around 25 pips, so definitely range to take sells. And then we also have a 55 pip range, so this is going to be a good range over here. We'll see how the 15-minute closes, and then we can assess. Just while we wait for that, let's look at Euro JPY. Euro JPY is coming down over here. Looking Looking at the daily time frame on Euro JPY, yes, still coming down. I think it's got a little bit more room to come down to maybe 123, 275. Looking at the 4 hour. Looking at the 4 hour time frame, it does look like it's created this resistance on the 4 hour to continue moving down. It's currently broken below support, and it does have this clean candle to left hand side, and then another support area down over here. Now let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Looking at the 1 hour, it is breaking below this support, so we may want to wait for like a retracement, some form of resistance to form, but otherwise it does look like it's going to just run maybe to this next support area, and then we obviously have our ultimate support down over here. Now let's go to the 30-minute finally. So looking on the 30-minute time frame, we can bring this down maybe a little bit. Looking on the 30-minute, you know, we had a support formed. This candle's come down, it's broken the low. There wasn't much confirmation. Let's look at the 15-minute for maybe some confirmation. Little confirmation there on the 15. Maybe the break of the low of the bullish 15-minute candle, but then that would have been a pretty aggressive sell. So right now, I think if you're waiting on your JPY, I think you need to wait for some form of minor resistance to form for price to continue moving down. Otherwise, there's no way of entering sells right now. So we're gonna look at that. Go up to GJ. GJ's coming down also. Let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, 15 minutes bearish. Let's wait for that to close, and then we can assess that situation. Check out gold over here. Let's do some fresh analysis on gold. So looking at the daily time frame on gold, it does look like it potentially can come up and fill this daily wick at 1913. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour again is in this bullish market structure trend. You know, at the same time we have like a minor resistance up over here where it seems to be having some issues, and then once we break that, you know, this was the high from yesterday, I believe. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. So looking on the 1 hour, this was a previous support term resistance. 1 hour candle has come up since the London Open and closed above this area. So maybe if we get like a support formed on the 30-minute, something along those lines, it would be good to continue moving up. This is also the most recent resistance from since pre-London, and then it looks like we kind of created this support within this consolidation range for price to continue moving up. So I think a minor support over here is going to be good. You know, we want to be wary of this kind of area here, I suppose. So the range is not going to be massive, but at the same time, if it can ignore this area, then, you know, price should continue moving up to 1907. So we're going to look at that as well. Yeah, so I think we're gonna need to see some form of support formed. Looking at the 15-minute, this is the resistance, so it's starting to break up. Maybe it's created this high over here. So again, we're just waiting for that support, that candle in our direction. 30 minutes still open, so we'll see about that. Okay, so GJ's coming down. Let's look at the 15-minute. Okay, so the 15-minute has closed bearish over here. Sells, yeah, we can't take a sell because, you know, stop loss is going to be too big. Yeah, so I think I'm going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close, and then, yeah, it just is what it is if it runs without us. But I think right now it's going to be important to wait for this 30-minute candle to close, because, you know, these candles did come down on the 30-minute time frame. Looking at the 15-minute, I suppose the 15-minute has filled these wicks over here, but again, like, you know, the better bet is if we just wait patiently, because, you know, it'd be pretty aggressive to take a sell right now. Yeah, exactly, Raul. Yeah, stop loss is going to be too big. I know we do have Yeah, so you've only got like 15 pips left to a support. So a 20 pip stop loss for a 15 pips is not gonna. That's no good in my book. Yeah. So I think the best thing to do is just to wait. Let's wait for this 30-minute candle to close. But if it runs without us, it runs. But we do have the opportunity. You know, if we break below this support 136.510, then at the same time we have a much bigger range to play with anyway. So, well, that's something we're gonna sit and wait for. Check out GCAD. So looking on the daily time frame at GCAD, potentially if it's going to hold some sort of support, it may come up and fill this daily wick. Looking on the 4-hour, so 4-hour is a little bit messy right now, but I suppose at the same time it's kind of in this short-term bearish market structure. So I think we need to see some form of break of this structure for a bit more clear indication. But really focusing in on the most recent price action, we have a resistance up over here on the 4-hour time frame. And at the same time, we have this support. Now this support, previous 4-hour close with no wick to the bottom, other 4-hour close with no wick to the bottom as well, kind of tapped into it and rejecting it. So this is maybe somewhat of a strong level. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame. Yeah, so we can see the 1-hour is just ranging very hard right now, but the 1-hour's got some super clean traffic. I think maybe a conservative target is going to be this wick down over here, because this is the point at which price pushed up further. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good first target for sales on the 30-minute. Somewhat of a liquidity area, but we need to break out of this this area over here. So I think if we can break above 1.71300, I think there's a very high chance we can come up, retest this high, maybe up over at 1.71629. And at the same time, if we can break below this support, it looks like this support was a fake out. This move down was a fake out from the Asian session. So again, I think like a minor resistance below 1.71000 is going to be good for price to continue moving down. So again, if you're looking at GCAD, I think right now it's just a bit of a waiting game involved. So GJ 30 minutes still open. Let's check out the FTSE over here, because we can see the FTSE has dropped. So the FTSE has dropped maybe, wow, like 100 points, 1,000, yeah. Yeah, about 100 points. Let's look at the daily time frame. Yeah, daily's starting to come down over here. So this is what I've been expecting on the FTSE for a while, because of this bearish uptrend. Sorry, bearish uptrend, bearish downtrend. Yeah, so right now it's coming down to a liquidity zone of support. So it may well, push further through that, but we'll need to wait and see. Let's look at the 4-hour, because we can see the 4-hour time frame is approaching a strong support. Now, if we go to the 1-hour time frame, yeah, looking on the 1-hour, we are approaching a support as well. We also have some further clean traffic down to this next area. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, so looking on the 30-minute time frame, we're approaching this strong support level. So I think if we're expecting the FTSE to continue moving down, we would need, price to close below this level, create some, minor resistance, or just to do like a retest, respect this area, and continue moving down. So I think the FTSE looks good, but right now we have a bullish candle close, so we can't look for sells right now. Yeah, what do you guys think of the new background anyway? I mean, it's just my first draft, so yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, I think there's a chance GJ could just leave us, but I'm willing to wait, because this 30-minute is very important where it closes. But it can just run, but I accept that fact. Looking at gold. Ooh, so looks like gold trying to do like a fake out over here. So I think if it can break this support, you know, then we could argue there's a higher chance it may come down to this next area over here. So yeah, looks like it's doing a fake out over here. Again, we needed to see a support form. There was no support formed on gold, so this is why we must wait for confirmations.
I was going to ask you, yeah, you know when you draw your like zones, how do you do it so like it automatically, so with your like rectangles that you draw?
What, it goes all the way across?
Yeah.
So basically you go to...
Is it template?
No, you go to setting, I think, no. Bear with me. Yeah, click on settings of the rectangle, and then you go to coordinates, and down here it says price bar. You just want to change this to like a really high number, and then basically it just stretches it across. Yeah, and then once you save it once, I'm pretty sure it does it. It does it for like the rest of all the other ones you do. So yeah, once I found that one out, I was like, oh, that is so much easier than going left, and you know.
Yeah, keep drawing them.
So the 15-minute is coming down over here on GJ. I think, you know, it was better to wait for the 30-minute time frame. So again, we see this happen a lot though, right? We see this happen a lot where beginning of the stream, you know, price is coming down to an area, we think, damn it, we missed the move, and then all we need to do is maybe wait for that retracement, that resistance to form, and then for price to continue moving down. So we're going to wait for something like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Not in any rush. I definitely don't want to rush a trade because, you know, I had a loss yesterday, and the last thing I want to do is to feel like I've rushed a trade and then take 2 losses. So that's not going to be a good idea. We're going to sit and wait patiently. Hey bro, do you trade GDP USD and making a resistance on 30-minute? Would like to know your opinion. Thanks for doing these streams, by the way. Good stuff. Yeah, I don't trade GU. But if you want to send a chart, we can definitely take a look for you anyway at your idea. But yeah, no, thanks for the thanks for coming. Amen. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think if you want to send a chart, we can check it out. Yeah, so right now on GJ, I'm gonna wait for some form of retracement. Or, you know, on gold, if gold is coming down over here and it's doing like a fake out, we may want to wait for like a minor resistance to be formed, right? And then gold should continue moving down. Let's change this sheet. I don't know what this is about. Morning, Ash. Ooh, naughty little tune here today. Yeah, we've got less people here today, but that's okay. One day off the stream and half the people don't show up, but they'll be back. Is it not saving for you, cuz?
Nah, I don't know why. It doesn't. Every time I make a new rectangle, it just applies like the default.
Okay. Let me. It should work. It should do it. Yeah, it should work. I don't see why.
If I put the numbers in high, it'll work for the rectangle I'm actually on. It will like make it really stretched, and then let's see. Nah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I'll take a look, but I mean it should work. Maybe try do this, save as.
Yeah, I've tried to do that, but then the thing is, it always normally makes the default, like it will just apply the default. I'll give it a go.
Okay.
It's
maybe like try refresh trading view.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I don't see why it wouldn't work. But yeah, no, we'll sort that out.
Yeah.
Okay, so gold's still coming down over here. Gold would be super nice if it can come down to 1884. Yeah, we'll check your chart out. Oh, what have I done? And I always get this wrong. Nope. Man, what am I doing wrong? I always get this bit wrong. Okay, let me just... Let me actually go to like a chart, see if that works. Yeah, it should work now. No. So what? Oh, is it because it needs to be slash chart? Yeah, I don't know there. I'm a bit confused why that's not working. Is that me or? Oh, is it because your eye is... Is it because of that? Oh, maybe that's why. No. Okay, that didn't make a blind bit of difference. Why is that not working? Oh. How strange. Yeah, hang on. If you bear with me, I don't know why it's not. Right. It's got to be because the eye is not. Yeah, I think it's a wrong chart, I have to admit. I mean, I think I'm doing it right, so... Yeah, try send it to me again. Try and like copy and paste it one more time and then we'll try that again, because I don't know why that's not working right now.
Yeah, cheers for that, Marty. It was, we had to do it, is you just had to click on it, on the style, extend right and extend left. And it just like spreads out.
Oh, okay. Wait, Kelsey, just try and send me, if you got a chart at all you can send me. Just so I can...
Yeah, do you want me to send it in the YouTube chat or...?
Yeah, put it in the YouTube and then I can... I just want to make sure it's not me doing something wrong, so I can know like straight away what I need to look for now. Okay, GJ's still dropping over here. yeah, we'll see what happens. We're gonna wait, just wait for some form of retracement. Okay, so gold closed below this area over here. So again, I think if we can get like a minor resistance, it's gonna be good for gold to continue moving down. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's not working. That's, I mean, try. Yeah, it must be a wrong chart because I've tried it like 5 times.
Yeah, I'll put it in the YouTube chat. So.
Alright, bear with me. Okay. I think I'm just waiting for it to come through. Oh, it's not coming up in the YouTube, mate. Put it in the Discord if you want.
It's alright, I'll send it. Send it again.
I think you have to send a specific for it to come up. I'm not sure.
Maybe now.
Okay, let me try. Yeah, so it's not me then. It just needs to be.
Nah, it's just a wrong.
Yeah, I think he sent a wrong chart. Maybe it's without the I at the end because yours doesn't have. Okay, so at least I know. At least I know I'm not doing anything wrong. Okay, let me try his chart again. Maybe
yeah, ends.
I think
yeah.
he
It hasn't got the eye.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to send. Yeah, we'll give it a go. I'll work it out. Yay! There we go. It was that I. I think he must have.
It was just in his sentence. I think he just copied it from his sentence afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. All right. Let's check this out. So this is GDP JPY 30-minute. I would say if you're talking about like resistance levels and levels of support, I think that you don't need to kind of really look at this area over here, this line. I suppose it's a bit important because we kind of tapped into it, but I'll just overall be looking at this is the next support once we break this support, just because this kind of resistance was kind of like irrespected. As we had the further push up, we had like multiple rejections to the downside to kind of push up. So I won't worry about that too much. I'll just be looking at this as a support level, and then once we break that support, a clean move where could be some areas of issue, maybe down over here, because this was the next point at which price just pushed up from. So you could look at that as going to be another good area, but I think like these support resistances within this range is just not really helpful. I would just say just look at maybe the range as a whole, or just stick to the most recent resistance, which is this one here. So that's what I would say. But apart from that, I mean, I think you need to put maybe some labels and really start to look at what it is you're looking for and how you're going to look to take a trade, because that's what really started to help me, is planning out what I was looking for before it even happened. Okay, so GJ is still dropping. So I'm not bothered about the fact it's dropping, because if it's still going to drop, then I'm just going to wait for that retracement and then look to catch this continuation. But I was expecting, I've seen this kind of daily structure before. We saw this kind of candle where was it? Over here, right? You see this candle? It's very similar to this one here, right? Long tail to the body, to the bottom, long tail to the bottom, with a heavy bearish candle the prior day, heavy bearish candle the prior day. So, you know, if we see this one, it respected the high and just came down and filled this wick. Same again, it looks like it's trying to create that same structure. So again, for price to come down and fill this wick, we need these support levels on the 30-minute time frame to break. So I think, you know, our patience is going to pay here today. You know, if price can continue moving down, but you know, it's all based on probabilities. It's not set in stone. And we've got a while here to wait for something. Check out Euro JPY. Euro JPY is coming down. So once we break this support, yeah, we have further clean traffic maybe to fill this next range over here. Because this is the point at which, you know, we kind of tapped into previous support. So this kind of makes sense. So yeah, Euro JPY definitely got some more room to come down. Okay, we're starting to get some numbers back here that we've been having. It was nice to see the stream growing on a daily rate, which I still think it will. So looking at the FTSE still coming down. As we see here, the 30-minute candle closed below this support. So yeah, it looks good to continue down. Let's see if we can. Yeah, so you can either wait for like a retracement, resistance, or you know, you're just expecting price to continue down. But this is the FTSE and it's quite volatile, so I'd wait for a resistance.
It's quite interesting because you said that usually they move inverse, don't they? But today they seem to be similar.
Yeah, I think when there's no news, they move inverse, and when there's news, they move the same. But there was no news unless it was a fundamentally driven push. Do you understand? Like, because you know, GJ is kind of dropping. We had this massive sell yesterday, so maybe, you know, fundamentally the stock market needed to follow suit in some form of bearish correction, or something's getting priced in. I know like by the end of next week, I know there's going to be some, you know, some more Brexit talk, as you know, things are getting closer and closer. So yeah, we're going to have to watch the old Brexit news. I've got this sells. Oh, you caught these sells on GJ? Yeah, nice work. So I think gold's going to be good if we can form that resistance. Let's measure this range. Yeah, I think if gold can form a resistance, maybe around 1897, 950, I think that's going to be good for gold to continue moving down. But I mean, yeah, it could. We're gonna need to keep an eye on it, but it needs to form that resistance. Yeah, nice work, Charlie. I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, it should continue moving down, but I mean, yeah, I'd rather wait for like a retracement and then let it take sells there. But I mean, if you caught the move, then well done, well done. Okay, we're starting to get some numbers back. Anybody's got any charts, feel free to send those in. When the 15-minute candle broke the bullish candle low. Oh, okay, you got in over here. Yeah, nice. I think that made sense. It would have been obviously quite aggressive because stop loss would have maybe been above the current 15. Maybe above the previous. I think it was aggressive, but I mean, it played out. Oh wow, you should have a nice run around now. Yeah, I mean, look, if things work out and it was an aggressive trade, I mean, you just have to accept that it was an aggressive trade. You won that trade, but you understand that it was more aggressive than, you know, you would had you have waited for confirmation. So just bear that in mind. You know that when you take aggressive trades, you know, probabilities and stuff, and you know, confidence levels. So yeah, because I know that when I've taken aggressive trades and they haven't worked out, they affect me more psychologically than had I have waited. You know, that's what, the best way I can explain it is, you know, when you wait for confirmations and you take a trade and you take a loss, at least you can sit back and you can say, well, look, I followed my plan. I waited. I got the confirmations. It just wasn't meant to be. You accept that. But when you take an aggressive entry and it doesn't work out, and then you wait for the confirmation and that plays out, you do kind of kid yourself a bit. You do kind of say, oh, I should have just waited for the confirmation. I would have had a winning trade here today. So, you know, with aggressive entries, I would just say, I mean, yeah, it played out, but I'll just be careful of that coming into the future, because even me, I try and stay away from the aggressive entries unless I really am confident, right? Because I don't want to take a trade that if I'm not confident and I lose, it's going to affect my confidence. So that's one of the biggest things. If you're not confident in that trade, then you know, it's a big thing, because you don't want to have your confidence set back by taking one dumb trade, right? If you're confident, then that's good, because if you're confident and it didn't work out, at least you know that you had confidence in your analysis and you would do the same thing again. Okay, yes, let's check out your chart. GJ is still dropping, but I think we're gonna be. Yeah, if we just wait for some form of minor resistance, I think we're gonna be good. So just still patiently waiting over here. Okay, GU break of structure. Yes, retest with resistance. Okay, so you've taken a sell. So you're taking a sell over here. Okay, so the 30-minute candle hasn't closed yet, right? The 30-minute candle's still got 5 minutes left to close. So, I mean, in my opinion, I would have waited for this candle to close, because, you know, if it closes back up over here and then you took your entry up over here, you would have had a much better entry. I think this is a little bit maybe of FOMO. You was expecting. You don't want to miss that last push, which I understand. But, I mean, if you're waiting for a resistance to form, the resistance technically hasn't formed until the candle is printed, right? And the candle hasn't printed until it closes. So I would wait for the close personally, but the idea makes sense. I think, you know, you need to just make sure the high of the 30-minute is respected, but also maybe look at the 15-minute, make sure the candles are still closed in your direction. So I would say that, you know, this is going to be your likely first target, and then yeah, after that, maybe down over here, because this was the next point at which price moved bullish. But I would just be maybe cautious of coming into this wick area here. So I'll just be cautious of that. But I think you should be good to continue moving down, because both GU, GJ looks pretty bearish right now. But yeah, that's just all I can really say on that. Okay, so 15-minute candle again is closed bearish. It's closed below this area here. Let's look at the 30-minute. 30 minutes still dropping. Again, not going to take a sell yet. Just need to wait for some form of retracement. Let's change the sun. Okay, gold. Yep, no worries. Yeah, see, gold didn't really give us that resistance opportunity. It's just kind of closed bearish. So, yeah, I'd like to see a deeper pullback to this area and then a resistance formed for sells. 30 minutes still open. GCAD trying to break down over here on the 30-minute time frame. Let's look at the 15-minute. Okay, so the 15-minute candle closed below support, but it closed with no wick to the bottom. So I think the only way to look for sells here is for a minor resistance to be formed. Definitely need to wait for this 30-minute candle to close. But yeah, it's important what happens here at this area.
I was thinking, right, on the, is it 30-minute? There's kind of like an area around 1.70600. And obviously just to the left we had them clean candles, but would you use that price action previously? That's quite a strong level. Would you use that as maybe an area we could tap into and then form a resistance further up?
I personally wouldn't worry about this, right? Because technically this is old information, and if you look, this whole bearish move, it got corrected. So I would be more focused on what happens at the correction. So maybe you want to go to the 15-minute. And you know, there may be like a point on the 15-minute that makes sense of this area. So I mean, like, you know, if you look on the 15, this whole area here, if price is going to come down, this is the point at which it may tap into. So I'll be more focused just looking at this area left and just saying, okay, well, this is an area where price could tap into and then start to reject. So I'll be cautious of that. I'd also be cautious of this area here right now, because this is our most recent. So I think once we kind of get rid of this area of issue and then start to trend a bit more, then I think we should fill this range and then eventually end up somewhere within this vicinity. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that too much.
Oh, nice.
Let's look at the higher time frames for a minute. Yeah, because even if we look on the hourly, like, okay, if we look at this on the hourly, it makes sense from an hourly perspective, because then instead of looking at the smaller time frames, what happened over here, if we look on the hourly, this zone makes sense, right? Because we can see from previous information to put in confluence with our most recent is, we had this kind of tap into this liquidity zone, which we had over here, and this whole area is somewhat of a support. So if price is going to come back down, it makes sense to drop to this area, right?
Yeah, because I remember you said earlier about obviously that 1 hour wick that came back down into that area. It makes sense now. I've done it on that chart.
Yeah, because then if we go to our
100%.
smaller time frames, this is that area, and right now it does look like it's dropping. Oh yeah, GJ's.
Yeah, it's dropping hard. Yeah.
Yeah, man. May not get an entry over here today. I mean, if people caught sells up over here, man, your runners are gonna be. Ooh, wow. Yeah, we may miss the move here today. It is what it is, I suppose. But let's wait and see, because, But, I mean, it does look pretty bearish to me right now. Just gotta wait. Trust me, this is the hardest thing in trading. Is to sit on the chart, knowing people in sells, watching price drop, and not getting that FOMO. That's the hardest thing. That's one of the hardest things in trading. Because right now, I know that if it runs without me, there's nothing I can do about it. But if it does something I want to see it do, then it could be a good day today here.
Yeah, I think everyone's like that at the start. They try and catch. They get a bit late into the move, and then it just pulls back on them. Mm-hmm. And it's just like you just have to wait for something to set up.
Yeah, I still think we're going to see something very similar to this. I have to admit, I think we are going to see this wick fill. It does look very similar. Price is coming down, so really getting that confluence. So yeah, I just want to wait for some form of retracement though, because it is just melting. Euro JPY also still just coming down over here. FTSE should continue moving down. Even US 30 is dropping as well. Oh, wow, US 30 should come down and fill this wick over here. Seems like it's very probable. Okay, so GCAD's still coming down over here. I think GCAD's kind of the same thing. We need to see like a minor resistance formed. But if you haven't already, guys, please drop a like on the stream if you enjoy what we do here. Sounds a little echoey. Yeah, I got a little heater in the background right now, but I will turn it off. Can you guys not hear the songs in the YouTube? Should be able to.
Yeah, there's no music on the YouTube.
There's not?
Nah.
Oh, I must have deleted the, I think I've deleted the right one. That's no good then. Oh. You can hear me now though, right?
Yeah. Unless it's really quiet and I just couldn't hear it.
Oh, I think that's going to be better. I think that's going to be better.
Yeah, there is music. It's just very quiet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I put it on quiet. Yeah, I turned something off that was going on, so I don't know. I don't want people not being able to hear me. Okay, perfect. Alright, cool. Yeah, I think sometimes it picks up I think it picks up other mics. Yeah. You guys need to tell me straight away so I can just sort it out. Sort it out there and then. Have we got any news today? I can't remember what Thursday. I think Thursday is okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna see some form of pullback because it's already dropped, you know, X amount. It's already dropped like 60 pips. So I think, you know, if we can just even get like one 15-minute candle close bullish, and then, you know, we're looking for like a continuation. We can look for some impulsive trades, but ideally, again, the best setup that we can look for is a retracement to this area here, resistance form to continue moving down. But if we're gonna miss that, you know, it's gonna create like some form of weak bullish candle as a support, and then it's coming down, breaking the lows. You know, there's an opportunity to see if price can continue to push. So we're gonna look at that. Okay, cool. Thank you, Henry. Man, what is this tune about? I like these gaming tunes. Yeah, I don't even know what song's what, but we'll just go over it. Okay, so just waiting here. 30 seconds left for this 15-minute candle to close. I think it looks like it should be good to do like a retracement. Yeah. Let's check out what gold's doing over here. Yeah, see, gold did come and drop to this area, but didn't really give us that opportunity. I think in general, once gold can break below this support, this is a very strong area. I think gold should continue to drop. We're just waiting over here. Oh wow. Yeah, I think a resistance below this level is going to be good. Okay, so GJ 30-minute closed bearish. It's broken below this support. So again, we're going to need to wait for some form of retracement right now. But it may keep dropping. Who knows? Yeah, looking on the 5 minute. Yeah, let's stay away from the 5 minute.
Yeah, I think they're just going to keep dropping.
Yeah, maybe. So GCAD kind of done the same thing over here. Closed below support. Looking at the 15. I still think we need to see a resistance because, I mean, even if it does still drop, right, we don't know that for sure. And, you know, if we was to take a sell, like, say now, and it does, even on GJ, you know, come up and then come back to this area, then we would have wasted that one opportunity to catch this move. Whereas I'd rather just wait for like a retracement.
Yeah, the candles are too large now anyway. Like even on a 15 minute on GCAD, it's like nearly a 20 pip stop.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. London enter high virus restrictions. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they've put London into like a higher tier risk category. Gold still dropping over here. Check out Euro JPY. Yeah, I think if you're looking for sells on Euro JPY, again, you know, if we look left, we can see this was an area of support. So you'd probably, yeah, you'd want to see like a minor resistance formed at this area for price to continue moving down. But you may want to wait for the 30 minute. The 30 minute may like wick up and then start to drive down. So I'll just wait for some strong confirmations there. But Euro JPY was just straight sells. Yeah, all we need is just a little pullback on GJ, and I think we are going to be good. Okay, so gold still just dropping with no remorse. Yeah, I mean, if it's just not going to respect this area or create any resistance, then it may just want to continue pushing. I mean, we have this clean traffic to the left-hand side. Yeah, I'm going to look at this as previous information now. Yeah, I think if we can see a resistance on gold, that is going to be really good for gold to continue moving down. But I'm just not convinced it's going to do so. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, even looking at the 5 minute, 5 minute looks like it doesn't even want to do that retracement. Maybe not gonna get that hit today. Man, I'm just watching this video here on my phone, right? Armed police turn up to a gym that refused to shut down in the north of England. It's just crazy, man. Crazy times.
It's all about controlling it.
Yeah, I mean, like, it just annoys me because how can they send, you know, these armed officers to close a gym? Because, you know, that's people's lives, that's their source of income. That's also people's mental, you know, mental like health, essentially, isn't it? You know, having exercise and things like that. So, you know, they'll send the police to go and do that, but then they won't go and do other things. But yeah, it gets annoying.
Yeah, and they'll always close down the gyms before the pubs and stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean, my gym.
It's just like, how does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, my gym is like so strict with like how clean and how much you have to sanitize. So I don't see how anyone can catch a virus in a gym. It just makes no sense. Like, if there's a place, right, where it's a secure place, it actually makes people healthy, right? Which is ultimately what we want. If this virus is supposed to be so deadly, right? Now you need to be, you know, have a strong immune and keep healthy, right? But they don't want that, so it's a bit contradicting, really, isn't it?
It just seems to be never ending.
Oh no.
It's going to continue.
I reckon it's got to a point where they know they can't just like. I think they just either realize that they've messed up and, you know, they're trying to like keep it going as a way of almost like covering themselves. Because if they turn around and said, oh well, none of the lockdowns worked, we're gonna go for the herd immunity approach, then I mean people are gonna go crazy, right? But
yeah, they're just all over the place. It's funny to see.
I am from London, mate. UK. The thing is though, like things like festivals and big events, I can partly understand, right? Because, you know, there's a big group of people, you know, like that makes sense. Like, you know, you don't necessarily need to, while there's a pandemic, go out in a huge massive group or to a festival or something like that. But being able to just see close friends and your family, and, you know, these are things that are like one of the this is technically the most important thing in your life, is having, you know, your family and so to have that taken away it's crazy, really, if you think about it. Just that basic right to.
It's even worse not knowing as well when when's it all going to be, said and done? Because people know it's nowhere near.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at viruses in general, like obviously once a virus is in our how do I say it? Like once there's a virus, right? Yeah, once there's a virus, like I mean, once the flu came around, the flu's been here every year, so
it's going to be around. So.
Yeah, so either it's going to be around and we just have to learn to get on with it, or I mean, it's not going to be around, but they don't know either way, do they? So okay, so this is what we want to see on GJ right now. Bit of a retracement going on. Yes, I don't like the idea of an impulsive entry at the moment or anything like that, just because these wicks are going to be probably slightly, they're going to be way too large. So we're going to need to see like another resistance form again for price to continue moving down. But I am liking to see this retracement. I need to get some of these tunes. I need to get better tunes. Look at the 15-minute on gold. Gold's still coming down over here. Yeah, I think gold's gonna go without. So how's everybody liking the live stream so far? I know it's coming up to nearly, how long have we been going for? Just over a week now. Okay, this is good. What we want to see now on GJ. This is very good.
Cause I always be their hero. She watch me when I rise and she catch me when I fall. When I die, she don't stall. She knows she gotta gather Dragon Balls. Either way, you know you got me. Lightning like Final Fantasy 13, girl, you really shocked me. Then she cast a Kiro, I have to keep her. She got the key to lock my heart deeper. And if I bow, I hope she misses Geek. I love these girls so much, I even name my car Princess Peach. I'll be her memory card, so I can always save her. The more we're in, we can grow old together.
Wow, it's doing a fair bit of retracement right now. So the 15-minute candle has closed bullish over here, which is good for us. Look at the 30 minutes coming up, maybe to do like a retest of this area. So yeah, I think a good idea is going to wait for a resistance to form, because if we was to take an impulsive sell, right, let's say we were taking an impulsive sell based on the 15-minute, that stop's going to be like, oh wow, like 25 pips. That's going to be way too much. So if we get that bearish 15-minute, maybe the 30-minute candle close, then I think we're going to be good. But we need to see that candle close back in our direction, I think, at this point, for price to continue moving down. But we are getting closer here, guys, to what we've been waiting for. So, you know, this is what trading is all about. See, gold 15-minute candle closed bearish. I think again we'd need to see a resistance form, but gold is one of those. It may give you no confirmation and then just dive out of nowhere. So I always want to see confirmations on gold, because when there's no confirmations, you're just not gonna have that confidence taking that trade. Man, these songs are so depressing. And if you haven't already, guys, please subscribe to the channel. We're here every day, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock every day, every morning. Well, not every day, Monday to Friday, but every weekday. Yeah, so looks like GCAD's kind of doing the same thing over here, which is why I think, yeah, it's going to be much better to wait for a resistance to form. Because even on the 30-minute, right, this 30-minute candle's coming up, and it could quite easily, you know, break the high, tap anywhere into the zone, and then start to drive down, which GCAD seems to do a lot. I think a better bet is to wait for like a resistance to form below this area. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because this could be a top wick on the 1 hour. Just don't know yet.
Yeah, because even the 1 hour closed below support, and we did have quite a bit of volume coming in. Yeah, I think it should continue moving down. I think it just needs to respect for maybe the 1 hour. So if you're basing the trade off the 1 hour, right, then you're looking at the fact that the 30-minute should respect this high, right, because this is the 1 hour high. So here's the thing. This is how I see it. So if you're in a trade based on the hourly, let's say you're in sales based on the hourly, you'd be looking at the 30-minute and you'd be saying, okay, well, if it breaks the high of this 30-minute candle, then there's a higher chance it may continue up, right? So there's your condition on the 30-minute. But let's say you're taking your trade off the 30-minute, you may want to go to the 15-minute and say, okay, well, we had a candle closed bullish on the 15. It's come out, it's breaking highs. So, you know, that's where you can start to reduce risk based off the 15-minute. Are you from the UK? Yes, I'm from the UK. I am from London. 136 400, not a zone. 136 400. I mean, like I say, I always like to focus on, you know, the most recent price action. So if you count what's going on right now, if we go to the 15-minute, this is the area on the 15-minute where it seems it's having some issues, but overall I think it's just created a low right now. So this is where the low has been created. So this is what we want to see, right? We want to see some form of retracement, because, you know, as price is trending down, it's very hard to get an entry over there. So now that it's doing a retracement, this is our previous level of support. So there again, we'd want to see some form of resistance formed at this level for price to continue down, retest the low, and then a runner to continue down to this next support, because we have this clean candle to left hand side. But yeah, we're just waiting for that resistance to form. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, because if we get like a resistance formed on the 15-minute, you know, the 30-minute may want to start to flip. Or okay, let's look at this quick. So we've got 9 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. We've got 9 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close. So here's what we may see. So if we get a resistance formed on the 15, that would mean that this bullish candle on the 30-minute would potentially close like a weak bullish candle. Now, if this candle can close a weak bullish candle, that's where we may see that further push down, right, as it starts to break the lows. or we see some more bearish counters forming on the 15. So that's why right now, so say the 30-minute candle closes as is, then again we're going to want to wait for something a little bit stronger at this area for price to drop. But yeah, we're just waiting over here because it's still got like 9 minutes. The other thing as well is, I mean, I know we were looking at the higher time frames and we were saying, price looks good to continue moving down on the daily, etc. And it does. But what I don't want, and I know this was fundamental, right? I think this whole push yesterday was a fundamental push. So, I mean, if that's kind of been priced in, out of the way, etc., then it should continue down. But at the same time, we always want to be focusing on, okay, what kind of happened this week. So we know that London session coming into pre-New York was bearish. So we had bearish market structure, which happened over here. And the same thing, was waiting for this resistance to form around this area, which happened. And then price just continued pushing bullish, right? So maybe I don't want to make the same mistake as yesterday. I know it was like a fundamental push, and there was just no way of me knowing that was going to happen, and etc. But at the same time, we do know that maybe if that was just a fundamental push, that move would have got corrected to continue to drop, and it didn't. So there is that. So there is the chance that pre-New York and New York session could drive us up. So maybe, a better bet would be to wait for the 30-minute candle to close, but we'll assess the situation as it comes. Okay, so we've got 61 people in here today. If you're new to the stream, welcome. More than welcome to send any charts. We've only had a couple of charts here today, so we can definitely take a look. Hopefully we can get to around the 80s again. Yeah, potentially. I mean, I think we need to wait for something a bit stronger. At least a 15-minute. 30-minute ideally, but at least a 15-minute. But we'll try and use the 15 and the 30 in confluence together. So, if the 15-minute is creating a resistance, and then the next 30-minute candle starts to come down, then that will be a good kind of confluence. But again, we're just still waiting over here. Yeah, it looks like it's maybe just doing like a retest of this area, which is good for us. Looks like gold is dropping over here, created that kind of like top wick, come down to fill this wick. GCAD doing? So GCAD 15 minute. So did it break the high of the 30? Yeah, I think it's broken the high of the previous 30-minute candle right now. So yeah, I think if you're looking for sells on GCAD, I think you need to see some form of resistance closed below 1.70985. I think that's where you're going to need to see some form of resistance formed. Similar sort of thing to GJ. So let's say this 15-minute candle does close bearish. Stop's going to be, yeah, maybe like 11, 12 pips. Look at the 30-minute. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to wait for this 15-minute candle to close. And I think if we see a strong, you know, rejection like this, I think this is going to be good for price to continue moving down. So I think if we do get a 15-minute candle close like this, I think this is going to be a good opportunity to take a sell. To hopefully retest this low and then push beyond. But if the 15-minute candle, you know, let's say that it doesn't, you know, the trade doesn't work, or it's a losing trade, then at that point we'd have to wait for a higher confirmation like the 30-minute. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do if we can get that resistance formed. But if it closes like a doji, yeah, I'm not sure. Let's just wait and see. We've got 2 minutes left. Could close bullish, and then there would be no sells yet. So again, this is the importance of waiting for candles to close. Got a minute left. Okay, we've got 66 people in and out. Let's get in there again. Looking, yeah. Yeah, maybe we're not going to get these sells over here just yet. Yeah. So with a minute left, this 15-minute candle is pushing still pretty bullish. So yeah, I don't think there's no sells yet. Okay, so 30-minute candle's coming to a close. So still waiting over here. Remember guys, this is what trading is really about. You know, if you can't sit here and wait for what you want price to do, then trading is not for you. You know, you've got to be willing to wait, because if you can't wait, you get too aggressive, you get too eager to take that trade, and you're entering in early. You entered in as you saw this 15-minute candle was flipping, and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna miss the move, and now you're just regretting the day you clicked that button. And you just, yeah, you've got to be willing to wait, man. So 15-minute candle closed bullish on GJ. So yeah, we're still just waiting for this 15-minute candle, maybe a 30-minute now, to close in our direction. Because yeah, I mean, the 30-minute is respecting this area. Like right now, it's closing below this support. So I mean, the best thing that we can do is wait for a 30-minute candle in our direction. But you know, at the same time, we want to maybe see like a 15-minute candle, something along those lines. I think a good 15-minute candle is going to be good, but ideally a 30-minute is going to be better, because we still got, okay, so let's say, you know, price is around this range, still got like 50 pip range over here. And if you were trading based off the 5 minute, you know, right now you just got duped because 15 closed bullish, and the 5 minute is a very weak time frame confirmation. Yeah, I don't like any impulsive sell here on the 15. I think that's going to be way too aggressive. I think we're going to need to wait for at least a 15-minute candle in our direction. Okay. Yeah, no, I didn't say you took the trade, but there are other people that do like wait on 5-minute resistances, and I always say, like, you know, it's just a much weaker time frame confirmation, so it's always going to be better to wait for some form of, you know, 15-minute, 30-minute candle. Yeah, gold looks like it's just going to drop. Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you, you know. There are traders out there that use the 5 minute and they're very successful. So if you know what you're looking for on them smaller time frames, then yeah, no, that's pretty good. But like, I would just say that, you know, like, you can't, like, one 5-minute candle closing bullish, closing bearish is so weak, it means practically nothing. Yeah, gold looks super good to just continue to drop now. I think you could have had sells on this candle here, because I've seen this sort of candle structure. It looks super good, but still waiting involved. Yeah, it'd be nice if we can get to like 80 again. Maybe even 100 today. Put it up on the story. Check out what GCAD's doing. So GCAD again is trying to form that resistance, but see the 15-minute, it came back up in the range. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, see the 30 minutes come back up in the range right now. So I don't think there's any sells right now.
That looks ugly.
It looks so what, mate?
Ugly.
Yeah, it does not look good at all. In fact, I think at this point it may come up and fill this range over here, because, you know, it corrected this whole bearish move and it's closed back in the range on the 30-minute. So, you know, this is your just classic fake out. This was support. Candle came down, closed below support. Next candle came up, closed back in the range. This candle should do like a retest and then start to continue up to fill this range.
Yep.
Which doesn't, yeah, no, but obviously GCAD, GJ moved different, but we'll see. Because if this 30-minute candle is going to go bullish, then I don't think that we're going to get a 15-minute resistance formed. I think, you know, this candle is going to respect this low and then start to drive up back above this area. So, yeah, just still waiting over here. Okay, so looking at the FTSE, look on the 30-minute time frame. It has created like a minor support, but I think this candle should just come down, fill this wick, and then continue pushing. It's in some heavy bearish momentum. Same sort of structure with the US30, except this candle closed bearish. So I think this candle should respect the high and then continue to drop, fill in this range. Yeah, I think US30 is good to come down. If anybody's got any more charts they want to send in, feel free. We will take a look at those. So it looks like USD JPY is doing a retest of this support to potentially continue moving down. Let's look at the 4-hour. Yeah, if we get resistance formed here on the 4-hour, USD JPY looks super good to continue down. Yeah, I've had to take a break from that. Okay, so looking at Euro JPY, looks like, you know, the 15-minute candle, it came back up into this range. It looks like it's trying to form a support. So, yeah, I mean, it could correct some of this bearish move. Who knows? But of course, you know, you have to decipher what type of trader you are. You know, you're gonna look to take buys down over here to correct some of this, or you're a trader that's gonna wait for this, you know, be the extra patient, wait for this retracement to sell back down. Your name comes up at the top now when you type in HFX. Oh, does it? Oh, wicked. Maybe because I'm live right now. But that's good. Definitely want to be at the top, right? Man, I'm loving this new gaming chair. It is so comfy. So sit back, lean back, and just wait. Oh, wicked. The whole channel was at the top, not the stream. Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm glad YouTube is finally recognizing the growth and the popularity of HFX. Okay, so the 15-minute now is coming up. It's breaking the high of the previous 15-minute. So there's definitely no sells right now. There's no confirmation for any sells right now. and we've only got maybe 50 minutes left on the stream, so we have a maximum of just over 1 30-minute candle left, so hopefully we'll catch something here today. Yeah, so it looks like GCAD is coming up to fill this range over here. Still like a 28 pip range, but a stop would have been way too big. Yeah, maybe below the 15 minute.
Yeah, you could have gone on the retest, but even still, it's pretty risky.
Yeah, I mean, you would have still been able to secure already, had you, I suppose, but I think that makes it does make sense though. It did make sense. You just would have had to have taken the entry maybe on the 15. Still something to take a note of, you know, because if you see it happen,
oh yeah, absolutely.
If you see it happen over and over again, you know, this is what trading's all about. Which chair did you get? I just got like a gaming chair off Amazon. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's nothing like, you know, it's not got like an inbuilt massager or nothing. Like, it's not, but it's I like it. But yeah, trust me, if you got a desk and you got like a little trading setup, then you know you gotta have the gaming chair to go with it. It is a must. I mean, they do tons of them on Amazon as well, so. While we're waiting for resistance, can you talk about the trade that you took yesterday and why your stop loss was big, like 18 pips? Okay, my trade yesterday, my stop wasn't 18 pips. My stop was around 12 pips. So basically, again, it was a similar idea to what we're trying to look for here today, right? So we had go to the 30-minute. So let's say that this was a support. This was support. Now I missed this drop because obviously I was asleep. And then when I was waiting, I saw that, you know, price made a low down over here. It broke below support, and was looking at, you know, the fact that this bullish candle over here, it closed very weak. Had a long tail to the upside. Now if we looked on the 15-minute, let's go to the 15-minute. So this trade was taken obviously off stream because there was no stream yesterday. So yeah, so we had a strong 15-minute candle close bearish. It looked like it was rejecting this area, right? So at that point, I thought there was a very high chance price was going to continue moving down. So, you know, as this candle was coming down, it was pushed, yeah, like 7 pips in my direction. So I was thinking, okay, like literally just a little bit more and I can secure. And then some news event came out. Really strong news event about Brexit, and the pound just flew up within a split second, hit my stop loss at obviously 12 pips. That's why I had like a £260 loss. So I had a 2 lot on there and I lost 260 because it hit stop loss, and it flew up, as you can see, 82 pips. 82 pips. Price flew in a matter of 2 seconds. It was crazy. I mean, that's probably the second time that's happened to me. Second time that's happened to me while being in a trade. So if we look at GJ now, 15-minute candle is trending bullish. It's closing back above this area, but we need a 30-minute candle to close back above this area for confirmation of maybe like a fake out. But right now there's still the possibility, you know, this 30-minute, if it can close bearish, that's going to be really good for price to continue moving down. So I think at this point now, I want to see this 30-minute candle close below this area, because we didn't get a 15-minute candle close bearish. So we want this overall 30-minute candle to close bearish, but it needs to close below this area for price to continue moving down. So that's something that we're going to wait for. Any trades taken today? No trades today so far.
Did you not get slipped on your trade yesterday because it moved so quick, or did the spread just increased?
No, because I already took the sell. I took the sell and everything was fine, right? It was completely normal. It was pushing into profits, and I just saw it dropping. I was like, yep, here we go. It's going to be a winning day here today. And literally, I think it was, the news must have just come out and it just went boom like that. You know, my spread was normal when the sell was taken, so the news hadn't come out when the sell was taken. Nothing had come out at that point. It must have literally been as soon as it was announced, like people who had, you know, like live squats and things like that, it was just straight bullish. Like it must have just signaled straight buys, because I was literally like 2 pips away from securing. It was pretty frustrating, but it is what it is. But man,
yeah, because I was looking at it yesterday, and like obviously your stop would have been at like 136.12, but you got taken out at 136.18. It's like 6 pips.
What? On the stop loss, you mean?
Yeah, on your trade it said 18 when you actually got taken out.
Oh, I see. So it slipped me a little.
Do you know what I mean?
Then.
Yeah,
maybe. But either way, I would have got stopped out. Do you know what I mean? So it makes no difference.
Yeah, true.
It's good that you had a stop loss. It would have been disastrous if you did. Yeah, exactly, man. If I didn't have a stop loss, that would have been weeks of hard work down the drain. And I put the post on my Instagram, didn't I? I literally said, like, it reminded me of why stop loss is so important, because, you know, we do sometimes get a little bit complacent. We do sometimes think, yeah, I'll take the sell. I'll manually close it if this happens. And yesterday was a reminder, because had I have not set the stop loss, as I was doing it from my phone, you know, that could have been disastrous. I mean, absolutely disastrous. That would have been an embarrassment, considering, you know, all the things I preach. But I always use a stop loss, which is good, so we don't have to worry about that. But man, look at this 15-minute candle with the higher highs, higher lows, and it didn't engulf the previous candle so far. For me, I'll not take that sell. Yeah, so right now, you know, the 15-minute candle are trending bullish, so yeah, you're right. But you know, if we look at the 30-minute, if we get a resistance formed on the 30-minute time frame, that would mean that the 15-minute low of this candle would need to be broken, because that would be the 30-minute flipping bearish, because this is the low of the current 30-minute, which is also this 15-minute low. So for that low to break would be a change in the, you know, short-term market structure, and that would also be the 30-minute flipping bearish. So that would be a good opportunity to take a sell. But I think that's what I'm really looking for here, is if, you know, this candle can close below. Gold, oh wow, gold is coming back up over here. So I think, again, gold could be good if a resistance is formed, but definitely on the 30-minute for gold. Yeah, that's kind of all I'm really looking for here, is if this candle can flip bearish and then we can take a sell. I think that's going to be a really nice trade. Because, yeah, I know the 15-minute is like kind of trending bullish, and people might be like, oh, there's going to be a correction, but we still had this heavy bearish momentum. And if we look at, okay, let's look at the 4-hour. So 4-hour did close below this support. Okay, if we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, it broke below the support. Yes, it may want to do like a retest or retracement, which is fine, because if it does, we just look for a resistance at this level to continue down, right? But at the same time, this 4-hour could just be generating its top wick to come down and fill this range. So for that to be confirmed, that's where, okay, now we need to go to, you know, our 1-hour time frame. We go to the 1-hour time frame. 1 hour's coming up. Maybe wants to do like a retest. But if not, again, we just need some form of resistance to form on maybe the 30-minute. Haven't got that yet, so we're just waiting. We're just waiting for some form of resistance to form, and then we can look to take sells to continue moving down. I think the only point I would look for buys is if, okay, let's say this 30-minute candle closes above this area, and then let's say that we get a retracement to this area and a support formed. At that point, I would be like, okay, yeah, I'm confident now. Maybe we're going to correct some of this move. But, I mean, to me, it looks pretty bearish still. and we don't know how high this candle may push up to then start to drop. So, oh, don't want that. Man, some of these tunes get on my nerves. I don't mind these like tunes with a beat. So we did kind of have a good turnout here today. We had like 70 people, but stream's not over yet. We didn't obviously get anyone new because I set up a it's called like a widget. So when we get a new subscriber, a little zombie should come up on the screen. Did make me laugh when I saw it. Yeah, so looking at gold, I mean, we kind of saw this happen in the Asian session last night. Where was it? Where was... Oh, it was here. So basically we get this like retracement candle. So gold broke below, did like a retracement candle, and then the next one starts to drop. So let's look at it from a 15-minute perspective. So where was it? Yeah, kind of once this candle created that like top wick where that resistance formed, the next candle just dropped. So we could look for something similar, but I think for the minute we are waiting on GJ over here to maybe give us something, but I may not. We've got 5 minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close, and it does look like it's coming back up. Yeah, I mean, this daily candle, you know, like I say, it could go bullish, but right now it's, yeah. Yeah, it's looking like it wants to correct some of this move. So for those of you who took sells, I don't think that was a good idea. So we did not get any confirmation for sells. I still think though that if GJ can respect 136.800 as a resistance, then it may just be the 4 hour doing a retest. And then it should continue moving down. Because once it once it breaks this kind of like minor resistance, then that whole drop would have been corrected. So at that point, it may start to come up. But this kind of area vicinity will need to get respected for price to continue moving down. If GJ closes above 136.740, I think it could be fake out. Yeah, so if the 30-minute closes above this area, then it could be a fake out of this area. At which, you know, if you're looking for buys at that point, I would want to see a support formed at this level. But otherwise, even if it does a fake out here, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna go like up, meaning correct this whole move. It does not mean that it's going to do that. It just means that at this moment in time, this move down could not be sustained. So it may want to just do a retracement, and then when we get some more volume coming in, you know, around pre-New York, to either push price down, or if, you know, as we're saying, this fake out idea, if we start breaking back above this minor resistance, then pre-New York could see us push that volume the other way and correct some of this move. So it's going to be important to kind of see what happens, because pre-New York, obviously when we have like a different, it's a different session coming into play. So, you know, that's why we talk about different sessions move differently, because we had London push us down, and then pre-MY session push us further up. So you know, either can happen. You know, either pre-MY is going to push us down to retest some of these lows, and this is just a retracement for that to happen, or it's going to get corrected, but we want confirmation either way. So yeah, we'll just repeat this, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And just so if you haven't, I can see this widget work in action, and I can see this zombie come up on my screen. So if you haven't, just one person who maybe hasn't subscribed, subscribe, so I can just see if the zombie thing works. Yes.
Was it like an animation, is it?
Yeah. It's like an animation. When I get a new subscriber, a little zombie just does like a running thing. Yeah, basically it comes up like new subscriber, and then this zombie just kind of does like a running man. It made me laugh last night when I was doing it. So this candle's got 45 seconds for it to close. It does seem like it's coming above this area here. So, but you know, anything could happen in the last 30 seconds. So we're just waiting for it to print. Oh, there we go. Zombie. Love that. Did you see the zombie?
I missed it. I'm gonna go back.
Oh, you missed the zombie. Right, someone else subscribe so we can see the zombie. But yeah, thank you. Was that Ryan? Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, so it does look like this move down as, you know, faked out. So I think if you're looking for buys, maybe a support again, like we said, but you know, that could be on the 15, that could be on the 30. So we'll see. Send him to the gulag.
I'm in both.
Yeah. So yeah, let's look at what GCAD done. Yeah, looks like GCAD's gonna come up and fill this room.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, got it.
Oh, you saw it, yeah?
Yeah.
It did make me laugh, I have to admit. Yeah, so I mean, I think what could be a good play, and I say could, is, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have time, but we could do. If we get a support formed at this area, and you know, like a weak bearish candle, and then we get like a break of the high or a bullish candle form over here, then maybe it is going to correct this move coming up. Let's measure this range. It's just based on where the 30-minute candle closed. It does look good to continue moving up. So looking at the 30-minute, this is like a 20 pip range, but I think that could be a good trade if we just maybe wait that little bit extra over here. Because, you know, I've been waiting a long time. I've been waiting for this resistance. Didn't get that resistance. But don't want to force anything. But now that the circumstances have changed, you know, currently we're closing back above this area. But at the same time, you know, we were still looking for the sells because the bias is bearish. But like I say, you know, price does look good to continue moving up to, you know, retest this area. So again, if I see a support formed here or a break of the high of this previous 15-minute, if it can close like a weak candle, then I think that's going to be a good idea to take a buy. But we're just waiting for that maybe confirmation. What's going on, George? Yeah, London is on lockdown. I've seen that. Well, they're not saying lockdown, but I mean it's basically a lockdown. Oh, we got another chart over here. My idea for paper trade. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, it could make the pound drop, although I mean, I suppose these kind of restrictions are like, I don't know how to say it, like it's kind of obvious they're coming in. Like the government have made it pretty clear they're gonna do whatever they want. So I'm not sure if it's gonna. Ooh, wrong chart over there. I think you missed a. Let's try now. Okay, so waiting for a reaction in that region. If it closes up, I consider it a fake out. If the 30-minute candle closes bearish, there may be a possibility to test the low. Yep. Possible target if candles started making higher lows, higher highs. Do you mean lower lows and lower highs? I think you mean, but yeah, I get the idea. Yeah, I think it looks good. I think, you know, we're looking at the same thing. Essentially, I think you need to see a support form back above this area for this drop to be like a complete fake out. But yeah, I would agree some form of resistance at this level is going to be good to continue down. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think if you've already had like a winning trade, then yeah, paper trade is going to be better, isn't it? Because you don't want to give any profits back. You support a footy team? Yes, I do support a football team. I support Chelsea FC. It's a West London football club, even though I don't live in West London. But yeah, my dad took me to a game when I was little, and I've just kind of supported them ever since. So don't want no one calling me a glory hunter in here. What's going on, Simon? Nice to have you on the stream. Oh, that's not a good reaction from Fo over there. Doesn't sound happy with me. Kovacic, yeah. Yeah, he's a decent player. Okay, so the 15-minute now is coming down. It's breaking the low of the previous 15-minute, but it's going to be way too aggressive to take sells. I mean, if this candle does come down, that's just pretty unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not liking it yet, because we're still respecting the low of the previous 30-minute. Disappointed to say. Go on, who do you support then? Come on, let's hear it. I can't remember where you was from. For I think he was from. Did you say Northumbria? Somewhere like that. I might be wrong, but yeah, waiting for resistance. But if price broke 700, I'd look for buys. 700. I think if we get a support formed here on the 15-minute, that's also going to be good for buys, because then look at the 30-minute. The 30-minute would then be respecting the low of the previous 30-minute. But I think at the moment, any way for sells is maybe if we get a close back below this area on the 15, it's maybe going to be good. But yeah, I don't know. Right now, Yeah, there's no sells. And if you did tick sells, it's gonna be super aggressive. Oh, he's a West Ham supporter. Oh no. Yeah, I'm sorry, mate, but you're not welcome on the stream anymore. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, it does look like the 30 minutes coming down over here, but need to wait. So Simon, we've been doing the stream since last week now, so it's still kind of new. Still got more people, you know, coming. So yeah, no, it's a new stream. It's gonna be every day. Yeah, I agree. I don't really like when, I mean, I know I've not had that on the stream, but I mean, if I was to get just bombarded with stupid questions and just, yeah, it would obviously irritate me, but I mean, I suppose I can't really do a lot about that. But yeah, no, it's nice. I think we've got a nice little community growing here on our stream. I know we've got some regulars, which is nice. I do appreciate those people who take the time to, you know, come and watch my stream instead of someone else's. So don't think it goes unnoticed. But at the same time, like, you know, I'm not gonna ever bash anyone for going to watch someone else's stream. Like, you know, you're gonna go to whoever makes more sense to you. You know, I have a very specific way of trading. People know that. I also have a very specific way of explaining things. People know that as well. So it's, yeah, it's all personal, really, isn't it? Yeah, I think I mean, the stream's gonna, we've only got like 20 minutes left on the stream. I'm not sure if we're gonna get the trade. Looking on the, yeah, we need to see. The thing is, I'd want to see maybe the 30-minute close below. But here's the thing. I think if the 15-minute can close back below this area, I think if the 15-minute can close back below this area, and then maybe the next one break the low would be good. But yeah, let's just wait because this 15-minute candle hasn't closed yet. We'll see once this closes because we're getting near the end of the stream now. Took a 5% win from Paul's Asian stream last night. Oh, brilliant. Nice. What did you catch? I came off the stream early. I was actually in gold sells and I got stopped out, and then it went in my direction. It was over here. So I was looking at the fact that, where was it? Yeah, so we had this, okay, let's bring this up. So if we had a close below this support, I was expecting, you know, the next one to like respect the high, continue down. So as it was dropping, I brought my stop to break even because, you know, it's gold, it's pretty volatile. And yeah, it looks like it came down. The GJ sells, was there sells? I didn't even, since the Asian, I didn't really. Oh, from resistance from this area. That's the only thing I can think, because you kind of taking sales down over here because the price was bullish. Yeah, so if we look on the 15-minute now, 15-minute candle is coming down over here. 30 minutes still coming down. Hasn't broken the low of this candle yet. Yeah, I think it's going to be better to wait for this 15. I think if this 15-minute candle can close bearish, I think if the next one, I think that could be a good idea. I'm just wary because it hasn't broken the low of the previous 30. But if the 15-minute is closing back below this area, if it can break its low, then, you know, we could be creating that lower lows, lower highs. So something I'm going to look at. We've got 3 minutes left here. activate my sell limit on the third touch of that resistance. Oh, nice. Yeah, I called it early last night. I'm probably gonna trade the Asian less and less now, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm probably like just gonna maybe look at more pre-Asian, and then since that when the Asian opens, I'll probably just start calling it a night then. I need to get more sleep. Yeah, it does seem like, you know, if this 50, okay, so I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking, okay, well, I know the previous 30-minute low is being respected. Oh, if 30-minute breaks the low of the previous 30-minute, would you look for sells? No, not yet. No, not like I wouldn't look for sells as in once it breaks the low I would enter a sell. So okay, let's talk about this for a sec. So looking on the 15-minute, right, it's very, very important where this 15-minute closes, because I know we talk about 15 minutes a week confirmation, but we're in a downtrend, right? So this is the downtrend, so we are respecting this kind of like lower high. So if I get a 15-minute close back below this area, I think if the next 15-minute can, you know, break the low of this 15-minute, then that should be the 30-minute candle breaking the low with momentum of the 30-minute, which is down over here, right? Now at that point, I think that's going to be good to take a sell, but it's really important where this 15-minute candle closes. But I do believe that if this 15 can close below this support, then I think it's going to be a good opportunity to maybe look for sells. I mean, obviously the 30-minute's still open, so there's that side to it that's risky, but that's why I want to make sure the 15 can close below this area, because if it closes above, then, you know, maybe buys are going to be better if that support is formed or a break of the high, because if we break the high of this 15-minute, that'll be a violation of this structure, and then we should continue pushing up to 136,800. But this 15-minute would need to close somewhere above this area, and then maybe this 30-minute is going to start to flip bullish. Yeah, I mean, ultimately the best thing to do is to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. But as this 15-minute is coming back below the range, okay, so see the 15-minute candle closed back below the support. So as this 15-minute candle, yeah, what's the stop's gonna be? Just a little bit big. Yeah, I'd like it to make maybe a top wick first, do like a retest, and then maybe come down and break this low. It's gonna be better. But I think if it breaks the low of the 15, it's going to be good to continue moving down. Yeah, so I think I'm going to enter a sell position once we break the low over here. Okay, so executed a sell position as we came down and broke the low, keeping a stop above the previous 15-minute candle. We're already starting to drop over here, but we'll see. So I think price should continue moving down at this point. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame. 30 minutes now broken the low of the previous 30-minute. So Yeah, I think we're gonna be good to continue down. Yeah, I wanted to see it break the low just because, you know, it needed to break this low for there to be a higher chance of the 15-minute candle to drop. Otherwise, the 30-minute could have, you know, quite easily respected this low and continue pushing up. But right now, as it's breaking, you know, it's making lower lows, lower highs. It's good to continue moving down. So I think at this point, we can safely bring our stop loss a little bit tighter. And if it comes back to our entry over here, we're going to, you know, take some risk off the plate. But yeah, I think it looks good to continue moving down now. So hopefully we can make this loss back from yesterday, and then maybe Friday, last trade of the week, and get ourselves back into profits. Yeah, see at this point now, if it comes back to my entry, 100% closing, you know, a good position of this trade, because we're up about, yeah, maybe like 7 pips now with spread. Yeah, it's going to be nice if we can get a winning trade here. Going to secure 10 pips down at the low and then let the rest run. Yeah, I think this 30-minute should come down and fill these wicks over here. Just got to let it do its thing. Let price do its thing. Okay, hopefully this 15-minute can still keep pushing. It's going to be really nice. If this 15-minute can continue to drop, I think we're going to get some really nice sells here today. Man, this just proves the art of patience is invaluable. Invaluable. I mean, I think, you know, I could have taken a sell once the 15-minute candle closed, but I just wanted to get that little bit extra confirmation as it broke the low over here. Yeah, I think I must have got slipped a little bit. Because right now it says I'm only up around 7. Which makes sense because of spread, but including spread, that's true. But I feel like this 15 can drop a little bit more. Yeah, I think this candle's going to drop because looking at the 30-minute now, it's broken the low. It should continue moving down. Ooh, nice. There we go. Awesome.
Nice trade, man.
Yep, securing some profits over here. Oh, nice. I've still got a one lot running. Yes, I closed 50% around 10 pips. And then, in fact, I'm probably going to close a little bit more of this position. And then we're going to let a runner run. Wow. Yeah, I hope everybody caught these sells over here. Now break even. And
just needed to pull back a little bit further before it headed back down.
yeah. Exactly that, my friend. Okay, nice. So we secured positions over here. And we're leaving a runner to run. Perfect trade. Oh wow, you should be nice in profits right now. Yeah. I think a good target now for like a secondary runner is gonna be this support down over here. Oh wow, look at this drop, man. This is perfect. Nearly secure back the whole loss from yesterday. It's gonna be a good day today here. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this small position to run, and let's see where we can go at break even. Wow, what a trade. What a trade. It's come right down, filled this wick over here, and it's still pushing.
Still not 100% win rate on the stream.
Yeah, man. 5 for 5 on the stream. Off the stream, I took a loss, but we won't count that one. Wow, look at that drop, man. We waited, and we waited, and we waited. And then we executed. Yeah, thanks to everyone coming on the stream today. That is a great way to finish the stream. My runner is currently up about 25 pips right now. Oh, wow. GJ is just dropping over here. I think it should continue moving down to 135.950. Yeah, so if you caught this trade, drop a like on the stream. So, yeah, thanks to everyone for coming. Do appreciate that. Yeah, if you turned up today, you waited, you would have made some nice profits today. Yeah, so wait for this counter to close in 5 minutes, and then guys, we're going to call it a stream after that. So if you want to just wait to see how this candle closes, we'll see. So I'll probably maybe close, secure some more profits, but we'll see. Man, had I have left my whole position running, that would have been payday. But you know, we got to secure profits, right? We have to secure profits. So I'm pleased because now, right, here's the thing. I made back the loss from yesterday, which is good. And now we can look to maybe get back in profits for the week tomorrow on Friday. But I mean, if this runner runs, okay, looking at the daily, right, daily's coming down. So I think if this runner can still push, you know, if we come down and fill this wick, we still got like another 50 pips. Look on the 4 hour. 4 hours still got some room to come down, like another 25 pips. So, I mean, this is going to be a nice day here today if our runners is going to continue to drop. What did GCAD do? Did GCAD drop as well? Yeah, see, GCAD was just
dropping now, yeah.
Yeah, GCAD was just super difficult, I have to be honest.
It's made a massive, like, 4 hour wick up, tapping into, like, 1.71300. And now it's just hopefully going to head down the next couple of hours.
Yeah. Yeah, at least it's starting to give you a bit more of a direction. Now that it's coming back below this area. So I think if you're looking for sells, you know, I think you'd want this support to break, because this was the point at which price reversed. So I mean, if you start to see price breaking below the support, I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. But yeah, that was a fantastic trade. So yeah, like I say, guys, if you caught this sell, drop a like on the stream. I really appreciate it. But yeah, thanks for all for coming, and I'm probably gonna just call it a day here. So yeah, thanks Kelsey for coming on.
See you later, guys. Have a good day, everyone.
Yeah, see you Sergio as well. See you hiding in there in the Zoom call. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming, and we'll see you same time tomorrow. Yep, thanks for coming, guys. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys caught this sell. We waited a long time for this one, but another winning day here for the stream. So we'll see you all. Actually, wait, let me just get a quick video for the gram. Perfect. Thanks guys for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock GMT. I think maybe Stefanos might be coming on as a guest tomorrow, but he's going to let me know last minute. Otherwise, we'll be getting guests on Fridays. So tomorrow, put your nominations in for next week's guest.